Can Mondo Duplantis actually clear 7 meters this year? Mondo Duplantis has already flown higher than any pole vaulter in history, but 7 meters is not another record. It is a wall almost no one thinks a human can clear. This year, he may be closer than ever. Pole vault used to feel like a sport with limits. Then Mondo Duplantis made every limit look temporary. He has turned world record attempts into a normal part of meet nights. Fans do not only watch to see if he wins, they watch to see how high he asks the bar to go after the win is already safe. That is why the 7-meter question keeps coming back. It sounds impossible, but Mondo has made impossible sound less foolish than it used to. In March 2026, at the Mondo Classic in Uppsala, Sweden, he cleared 6.31 meters. It was his 15th world record. It came on his first try. It also pushed the event into a new place again. But 7 meters is not 6.32. It is not one more tiny step. It is 69 centimeters above 6.31. In feet, 7 meters is just under 23 feet. That is higher than a 2-story building window. It is not only a sports target, it is a physics question. So the real story is not whether Mondo is great. That part is finished. The real story is whether the greatest pole vaulter ever can break the shape of his own event. The 6.31 jump matters because of how it happened. Mondo did not scrape over the bar like a man stealing one last centimeter. He looked clean. He looked fast. He looked like a vaulter who still had more answers hidden in his body. Since his first world record in 2020, Mondo has raised the official world mark from 6.17 to 6.31. That is 14 centimeters in a sport where 1 centimeter can be worth years of work. Most athletes chase one record. Mondo has built a ladder out of them. His 2026 form also showed that the record did not empty him. At the World Indoor Championships in Turin, he won another global title and cleared 6.25 meters. He did not need a world record to prove control. He needed a gold medal, and he took it. That is the scary part. He is not only a record hunter, he is a championship machine. When a title is on the line, he wins. When the title is done, he often turns the meet into a private battle with the bar. That is why every competition now feels like 2 events. First, Mondo against the field. Then, Mondo against the ceiling. Mondo has said that huge heights are possible, and he has spoken about 6.40 meters as a target that does not feel crazy to him. 7 meters is another beast. It is so far beyond the current record that even saying it can sound like a joke. But the number keeps living because Mondo keeps moving the line. Before him, Sergei Bubka was the name tied to pole vault greatness. Bubka raised the record many times and made 6 meters feel like the sport's magic door. Mondo did not just walk through that door. He started building above it. It would be like breaking a secret rule. It would turn the pole vault into one of those rare sports moments that even people outside track understand. There is another reason the number feels so loud. 7 meters would not only beat every man before him, it would move the event into a place where the old charts feel useless. Coaches would study the dreams are not the same as plans. To clear 7 meters, Mondo would need more speed, more pole power, more takeoff control, more height over the bar, and almost no wasted motion. One loose step could ruin everything. One wrong pole choice could kill the jump before he leaves the runway. Mondo is not tall in the way some people imagine a pole vault giant should be. His gift is movement. He is fast on the runway. He carries speed into the box. He plants with violence but still keeps control. Then he turns that speed into lift, body timing, and calm over the bar. That chain is why he is special. Pole vault is not one skill. It is a race, a jump, a swing, a turn, and a fall, all tied together in seconds. If one part breaks, the whole jump breaks. Mondo makes those parts look smooth. He also has the confidence of a man who has lived with the pole since childhood, but that detail only matters because it shows in competition. He does not look surprised by big bars. He looks like he has been arguing with them for years. In 2026, reports around his 6.31 jump pointed to technical changes, including a longer approach and a stiffer pole. That matters. A longer run can add speed. A stiffer pole can store more energy, but those tools only help if the vaulter can control them. Most athletes cannot simply pick up a bigger pole and fly higher. Mondo can test the edge because his timing is so sharp. Mondo's biggest rival is no longer another man. It is the math of pole vaulting. The field can push him, but most nights he is too clean. The harder enemy is the gap between his current record and the dream number. 69 centimeters is huge. In sprinting, that kind of gap would feel like asking a champion to cut a large piece off a world record at once. In pole vault, it means more speed, more bend, more lift, and more room over the bar. It also means more risk. The body has limits, the pole has limits, the runway has limits, the box has limits. At 6.31, Mondo is already handling forces that most great vaulters never touch. To reach 7 meters, he would need to turn human speed into flight with almost perfect energy use. That is why this question is so gripping. He does not need to beat someone by a tenth, he needs to beat gravity by a huge margin. And gravity does not care about medals, fame, or confidence. Can Mondo Duplantis clear 7 meters this year? The honest answer is that it is extremely unlikely, even for him. That does not mean impossible. It means the jump from 6.31 to 7.00 is not the same as the jump from 6.30 to 6.31. Mondo has raised the record 1 centimeter at a time for a reason. That is how pole vault progress usually works at the very top. 1 centimeter protects the record bonus. 1 centimeter lowers the risk. 1 centimeter matches the reality that the body can only give so much at once. A 7-meter attempt would need a meet where everything is perfect. The runway must be fast. The weather must help if it is outdoors. The pole choice must be right. His body must be fresh. His win must be secure early. The crowd must give energy, not pressure. Then he would still need the best jump of his life by a distance nobody has seen. He has already made the old limits look outdated. He has already passed Bubka's record count in his own way. He has already turned 6.20 into something fans expect, not something they fear. The key races this year are about how high Mondo Duplantis chooses to go after winning. Every 6.32 attempt matters. If he clears 6.30 cleanly, 6.35 stops sounding wild, making 6.40 real. Once 6.40 becomes real, the 7-meter talk stops sounding like fantasy and starts sounding like a countdown. Mondo has taken pole vault into his own era. 7 meters may never happen, which makes the chase worth watching. He is the only athlete who makes the impossible feel serious. Every time he stands on the runway, the sport holds its breath for a future it cannot yet explain.